Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Tambayan ng Data Engineering Pete. Thank you so much sa mga umattend in the last episode. And thank you din sa inyo sa na nandito ngayon sa episode natin right now. So, in this episode, we're going to be talking about, or maybe the question that we want to answer sa episode ngayon is, kung pwede pa ba tayong maging data professional this 2025 and maybe 2026 since Q4 na tayo next week eh. So, yeah. Yun yung magiging usapin natin yun yung tatalakayin natin sa gabing ito. All right? So,
Right.
before we start, I wanna welcome you all guys sa ating mga hindi sila bagong speaker. But technically, isa dito, hindi na bagong speaker and one of them is a new one. So we have here Nina. Sige Nina, go ahead. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi. Hello. So I think you know me already. I'm one of the community leaders of Data Engineering Pilipinas. I think I've been a member of this group for the last 3 years. 3 years ago, nung nag-start ako, recruit lang ako. Like, gusto mo sumali? We're going to start a group. And then I just said yes. And then, yan. The rest is history. Um, I am currently a lead data engineer in one of the companies here in the Philippines. Yun. So doon sa mga nagtatanong pala, 'di ba sabi niyo kung pwede pa. So just to let you know, I think pwede pa naman, but because nag-start ako as a junior data engineer sa Accenture. Sorry, can I plug in Accenture here? Na-mention ko na, wala akong magagawa. So that was the first company. So yeah. And then 7 years, after 7 years, ito na. So lead data engineer na ako. Yun lang. Hope to get to know you guys more and interact with you more in Facebook and here in Discord.
All right. Thank you so much, Nina. So yan, maganda din mga i-share ni Nina since as a lead data engineer, siya rin yung nag-highlight. Okay, cool. All right. So next isa sa mga bago nating kasama right now is Richie. So Richie, feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Richie. I am a data scientist. I used to work for Shipley, which is a UK logistic marketplace company, and I did pricing management, pricing strategy manager. That was my title, and I did A/B testing for them and ensure that we get higher revenue without sacrificing closure rates or without sacrificing the number of customers purchasing the service. So that's me. Oh, by the way, I am now a proud owner of a business as well. So I'm not gonna discuss it here. So
Alrighty. Local ba to? So just wanna ask them.
yes.
All right, cool. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Richie. And thank you for volunteering in this episode too. Kasi, as mentioned nga, parang you've already messaged me last August pa nga eh. So, after ng episode natin and afterwards, parang bukas ko lang nung nakaraan. So, ayun, nabasa ko. And thank you for accepting the invite as well. All right, cool. So, yeah, let's officially start the episode. So, right now, we still have Casey as well. We also have Mike. We also have Reynan who's volunteering for us for our logistics here in Discord. So, ayan, ito na yung pag-usapan natin about getting a job right now, right? Okay, cool. So, sige, I want to first siguro talk about, or each one of us talk about our struggles when maybe during the first time na naghahanap tayo ng work kasi maybe some of us here are shifters or maybe some of us here are already like seasoned professional na pero still encountering these struggles. So yeah, yun yung siguro gusto ko nating maumpisahan right now para at least masubukan nating ma-relate sa mga tao din na nakaka-experience ng ganitong struggles, no? So sige, who wanna start? Sige, I don't wanna volunteer someone. So yeah, go. Anyone who would like to start na lang.
Since ako yung huli, okay lang sa akin.
Yeah,
Sige, I can
naka-unmute
go
si
on. Ako na lang.
Ayan, cool.
So,
Alright, sige, go ahead, Miguel.
struggle ko nung nag-start ako, actually getting into the company is not that hard that time kasi they were mass hiring fresh graduates who will become associate software engineers. Tapos bigla na lang na-assign na lang kami sa data capability no ng company. So after noon, we had a boot camp wherein we learned Python, Tableau, Click, ganyan. And during that time, kasi I was a career shifter, I was a mathematics teacher and I really had no idea. Parang graduate naman ako ng computer science nun. By the way, graduate ako ng ComSci. Ang nangyari lang is, after nun, hindi kagad ako pumunta dun sa field ng computer science. So, nagliwaliw muna ako, nagturo ako, ganyan, nag-call center ako. Tapos nang umabot na ako dun sa software engineering, I have no idea, parang feeling ko hindi ko na alam yung inaaral nila kasi during my time, ang tinuturo sa'min is C++. Pagdating ko sa company, it's already Python, ta's may Tableau na. So, wala talaga akong ka-idea kung anong nangyayari. So, I think that was the initial, concern that I had that time kasi hindi ako ready, technically. Marunong ako mag-math, magaling ako mag-analyze ng Excel, graphs, gano'n. Pero hindi naman yun yung trabaho mismo. And I think if I'm not mistaken, kakalabas lang nun yung article about data science is the sexiest job of the 21st century. Yan. So parang lahat gusto mag-data science. Gano'n. Eh, kami nilalagay kami sa data engineering, di parang ayaw namin, ayaw namin. Di ba? Syempre, hindi sexy daw eh. Ayun. So anyway, at the end of the day, we became data engineers. Tapos ang unang pinagawa sa akin is machine learning, near data science. Pero na-realize ko kasi kailangan ko pa rin maglinis ng data at the end of the day kasi hindi ka pwede mag-train at test ng data na madumi yung data mo. Ayun. Tapos na-realize ko ang daming math, as in sobrang advanced ng math. May integral calculus na, na hindi ko naman tinake nung college. So, sabi ko, sige, I'll be more than happy to become a data engineer rather than a data scientist. And that was the beginning of my career with data engineering. Mas nagustuhan ko siya. I kind of feel like it's more challenging for me rather than dun sa data science. Kasi parang hindi ko talaga ano pala yung math. Eme lang ako sa math teacher ako dati. Yeah, so that's how my career started. Okay? So don't get okay malulungkot kung nahihirapan kayo because I think at some point everybody here had some concerns during the start of their career. Okay? So okay malulungkot to. So that's my career. Maybe we can
Okay, thank you so much, Nina, for sharing. Yeah, go ahead. Sige, sige.
mag-volunteer ako sorry,
Yeah.
Evan kasi nakalagay sa Discord.
Oh.
So
Richie.
I'm so bad with
Well,
names.
aside from being physically sexy, data science. Just kidding now. Well, they say data science is the sexiest job in the 21st century. Yeah. But you know what? We won't be in that level without data engineers, and we owe that to the data engineers. Without proper data, without the pipelines, we're nothing. Well, we can build a simple or basic like a database in a DBMS, but aside from that, there are things that we cannot really do. We cannot really link one source to another to our extraction or loading tools or the tools that we want to use. So salute to all data engineers out there, especially to you guys. So I started my data career before I even started being a data analyst. Why? Because I was working at a call center before, and then I decided to, hey, I want to build my own scorecard. And then my passion for Excel started. It's like, okay, I'm gonna build this. If I have a good survey or a net and CSAT score or first call resolution. So those are the things that I did calculate on an Excel file, and then I shared that to other teams, and they liked it. And then I was already building like the whole scorecard for the whole floor, and they liked it. It's like, okay.
Wow.
And then fast forward years later, I decided to take the data Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate course. And after I finished, I got the job as a data analyst. So I started as a data analyst and then moved to data science. I tried data engineer as well, Nina, same. But I just fell in love with math. So
Oh.
that's it. After that, so to answer the question, what was the question again?
Yeah, it's about your struggles actually during maybe the first time
My struggle,
of
I did
you
not
applying to.
I
Yeah.
did not have any. I did not have
Mm.
any for data analyst. Once I finished
all.
the course, it was no. After I finished the course, they reached out to me, and I just followed the steps for data analytics. You know, ask questions, load load the data, all of those things, and then after that,
Mm.
cleaning, transformation, analysis, summarize, and then share the data. And that's as easy as that. And if you follow those kind of steps, if you know the steps for data analytics, you're good. And just make sure that you know how to do the tools part as well. Familiarize yourself with the tools, especially with data visualization, because as a data analyst, you are the storyteller of the data.
Right.
Grabe, Lord, ganyan ka pala sa iba, walang struggle.
No, I don't know. I think I got lucky. I got lucky.
Sana all.
Lord ha.
may favorite pala si Lord.
Oo, ganyan pala siya sa
Nina, kaya
iba.
daw
I just
heaven.
got lucky.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
ang
Yung
galing
ano?
mo doon, Mike. Ang galing mo doon.
Sandali. Wait lang, palit na ko yung name.
Pasok, no?
Palitan natin.
Yes.
Heaven 2, Heaven 3 ka.
Call me Peter na lang po. Ay, kaso nag-deny si Peter. Okay. Yeah, I just wanna also highlight lang what Richie mentioned about doing Excel. Kasi medyo natuwa ako kasi ganun din ginawa ko before. I started as a call center agent. Tapos, naging trainer ako after almost a year. And then meron kaming scorecard nun in training that we used to track attendance, scores of the agent during the training, performance during nesting. So yeah, dun ako humaling dun kay Excel eh. So parang Excel yung pinaka first quote-unquote programming language ko. So kasi that's how I learned the logic, syntax, and functions. Tapos nag-self-study din to learn VBA macro. And yeah, similar to what Richie did, naka-create din ako sa sarili kong scorecard at ginamit siya sa account namin noon for certification purposes. So yeah, nakakatawa lang may ganun din pala scenario din before na nag-aaral lang din ng Excel and afterwards you went into data. So ganun din naging direction ko. I started learning Excel and
Yeah.
nauso nga
We
yung
didn't
data
choose the data life.
sexes yun. Actually, yeah. For me, parang yun yung naging motivation ko. So, right now, di ko alam kung motivation pa ba. Ayan. All right. Thank you for sharing, Richie and Nina. Pero siguro I wanna drill through talaga, your stories din. Kasi, for Nina, ano yung mga parang naging steps mo before you reach the lead level?
Steps. Sige. Actually, I would tell everybody this, it's very important that when you're looking for a job, you pray for the culture and your mentor. So, isasama niyo palagi sa dasal niyo yung manager na mabait, na tutulungan kayong mag-grow. Kasi I was very lucky with the company where I started with, no? Very supportive yung manager. Alam niyo ba na hindi ako marunong talaga mag-Python? As in nag-start ako doon. Wala talaga, zero knowledge with Python. Tapos, tinaga lang ako nung mga ka-team ko, nung managers ko. As in, everyday kami nagko-call. He's teaching me how to do Python. 8 oras yung trabaho, 8 oras kaming nasa call. Tas from scratch niya ginagawa. And then, sinasabi niya talaga kung ano yung ginagawa ng bawat lines na yon, which is I am very thankful kasi from there, doon ko siya naintindihan and talagang na-monitor niya yung growth ko. So, that's one. Siguro yung unang step. Tapos syempre, sa akin naman, since nakikita ko na nag-i-invest ng oras sa akin yung mga mentors ko, di ba? Nag-pursue din ako on my own, like nag-aral ako, tapos nagkukusa ako if I'm having a hard time with a certain topic or with a certain code. Wala pang ChatGPT nun, Stack Overflow lang kami nun, ha. So, alam mo yun, talagang I will really reach out, and hindi ko naranasan yung sinungitan ako. Like, kunwari mag-reach out ako ta's dedma lang sila, hindi ko naranasan yun. So, I'm very thankful dun sa kanila. Ayun, sasagot sila sa calls ko. So, I think yun yung mga naging step ko. So, pray muna for the job and the culture. Second would be to help yourself. Wag mawala yon. So, kahit wala akong idea kung ano yung AWS, kasi that time ang ginagamit ko lang naman sa AWS, S3, Redshift, o 'di ba? Anong malay mo naman sa ano, 'di ba, sa Athena, sa Aurora, hindi mo ginagamit yon. Wala akong glue that time, but I still had to do my own learning and then pass the exam, the certification as well. Tapos from there, mas na-expose na ako, and then nagkukusa na ako. Pag wala akong ginagawa, I ask for a task, because from there, I learned na talagang mas matututunan mo siya. Kahit minsan nahihirapan ako, don't forget to always ask question, learn, from all the errors. Tapos, I think, ano, yun talaga yung pinaka-importante, find yourself a good mentor. Talagang sa struggle ko yun. Naawa ng Diyos talaga yung first company ko sa data engineering, mababait yung nakuha ko. And I really pray that you get the same treatment as well.
Right. Thanks so much, Nina. And very parang magandang sinabi mo na not while you can find good mentors, it's also important na you help yourself. Kasi parang sometimes
Yes.
some people take others for granted, no? So, yeah.
Oo. Tsaka wag kayong masasanay na spoon feed kayo, kasi imagine kung palagi kayong spoon fed ng mentors niyo, 'di ba? Like sinasabi sa inyo kung anong gagawin niyo palagi, wala kayong pagkukusa. Pag umalis yung mentor niyo or nalipat siya ng ibang project, you'll be left all alone to fend for yourselves. And I think that's the hardest thing na mangyayari, 'di ba? So dapat ma-realize niyo na dapat naggo-grow kayo as they are teaching you, para kapag umalis sila, kaya niyong tumayo dun sa lugar niyo, and then you take
I think nawala si Nina.
Nawala si Nina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, akala ko na rin. Nina, are you still there? Okay, nawala siya unfortunately. Ayun, bumalik na kaagad siya. Hey, Nina.
Hi, I'm back.
Yan.
Alam mo ganito palagi. Pag ako nagsasalita. Ba't ako nawala? Sorry.
Nasa good part naman.
Yeah. You're right.
Saan daw?
Good part?
Sige, balikan ko na lang. So, yun, kapag umalis yung senior developer nyo, kayo yung junior, ang expectation would be you have to step in. So, dapat, di ba, ready kayo to do that. Kasi if not, then, yung kawawa. Kasi, wala pang papalit doon sa senior developer nyo, di ba? Ang expectation palagi naman is ikaw yung magte-take ng job na yun, since ikaw yung pinakamatagal. But, of course, yun, as is, just always help yourself at magkusa, tagain, mag-aral. Yan. I think that would help.
Awesome. Thanks so much for that, Nina. Sige, let's go to naman Rachi. So let's talk about how you got to data science from being a data analyst.
Okay. Well, when I started with Shipley, I was really good with data analytics, and because of that, my CEO just threw a problem at me. He's like, "Hey, how can we know that your pricing is working? You know, your strategy is working." So basically, he's asking me how likely, or he's asking me that the increase in revenue was because of my design, not because of luck. And I had to do statistical analysis on that. Okay, all right, I'll do it. So as a data scientist, you need three things, right? You need like math, you need programming, and you need domain knowledge.
Right.
3 weeks time, I don't have domain knowledge. I don't understand how your company works. Where is this data coming from? What is this? So you have to understand all of those. Well, probably I had a couple of, I know a bit of this and that, but shouldering or carrying that much weight and pressure because he really wants to finish it. And so I decided to, okay, I'm gonna do this step by step. I'm gonna do like first of all, EDA, simple EDA, like exploratory data analysis, and then clean the data, interquartile range. For that, for just to remove the outliers, and then after that, I did the statistical tests based on the data types, and he also asked the probability of beating version 0 or the control version. It's like, okay, and he wanted me to use the Bayesian statistics, but I cannot use Bayesian statistics if it's running for 2 weeks. The test is running for 2 weeks. I cannot run Bayesian statistics without prior, right? So I wanted to use the prior, the first week as a prior, and I can't do that. That's not enough, right? That's not enough data for me to like get the insight. And so what I did, you know what? Let's do bootstrapping. So I took all the days of the test, compared it to the version, the version 1, and then he was happy with it. Everyone was happy with it. I generated Jupyter Notebook on that so that I can automate things. Just plug in all those numbers and boom, voila! Thank you so much for data engineers because they did create my my extraction, the magical query that I
Pipeline.
have to plug from Power. Sorry, not Power BI, but Google. What is a query for
BigQuery?
Google? Yeah,
BigQuery?
BigQuery. Yeah, so they did that because I don't know BigQuery. I know SQL, and so yeah, they did it for me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I was able to finish the task. Yeah, it was very challenging, but at the same time very rewarding. And that's the moment that's the moment when I realized that I was not doing data analytics, but I stepped out as a data scientist.
So accidental talaga yung naging yung step mo from being a data analyst to data scientist.
Yeah.
They had to push you, right?
Like, Heath, okay, do this. Oh man.
Dapat talaga sa data.
Well, to be honest, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Nia, go ahead.
I mean, naano ko lang talaga na dapat sa data science magaling sa math, specifically in statistics. Right.
Yes. All of your numbers will be running through probabilities and statistics. Some of them linear, some of them calculus. Most likely you'll be working with prob and statistics.
Definitely. Tama.
That's also one of the
Actually,
things na
it depends
parang
on the. Oh, sorry.
yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, actually, it depends on the niche or on your type of work. For me, it was really statistics, like full on statistics.
Right. Yeah, I think that's also where the distinction of data scientists and ML engineers comes in, right? So parang data scientists are the ones who are doing the exploration, the analysis and comparison of the different models, which ones work out well, and so on. And ML engineers are the ones who are automating the process itself. So from retraining these models up to deploying it to production and making it really usable to the company. So I think that's for me. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. So I think that's
We
where
also
we can
use
distinguish between.
We also use EDA, so data engineering, especially if it's a new data source. So we have to see kasi ano yung mga columns, rows, whatsoever may mga
Right.
null values.
Data
And then
types.
we ask the client, how do you want this to be filled in? Diba? Kunyari, blank. So, gusto mo bang gawing 0 yan? Gusto mo bang gawing blank lang yan? Do you want us to fill it with another name of the city? So, that's how we do it. And then, titingnan namin doon, kasi diba, normally, bibigay sa amin is, let's say, 10 month, or let's say, 1 month worth of data, kung everyday naman, yung bigay sa amin ng data. So, we have to check if the columns are always the same or kung may naiiba ba. So that's basically how we use exploratory data analysis. We don't
Right.
really look into the mathematical point of things like statistics, but it's more of what's in the data and how we could actually use the code for it. Like, gaano ba dapat kalaki yung pipeline na gagawin namin? Like, ano ba? Yun. Is it a transactional data or is it not? Para mas alam namin kung saan namin ipapasok na database, those kind of things.
Parang it's like couple. Ano ba talaga gusto mo? Sabi ng data science, like, ano ba talaga gusto mong data? Yun lang naman yung conversation between a DE and a data scientist.
Normally, fina-follow lang namin yung
Correct.
sinasabi ng data scientist kasi data analyst kasi 'di ba sila yung unang titingnan ng data. You will see
Yeah.
na dapat
Right.
yung mga numbers na to maging 0 lang, walang negative numbers. So may mga ganun kasi sila sinasabi just to make sure that the machine learns it or whatsoever, kung ano man yung term nila doon. So ifa-follow lang namin sila kasi magiging part ng requirements namin yung sasabihin nila, yung na-discover nila na dapat nilang ginagawa sa data. So if they say na dapat mean or average yung ilalagay dito sa mga blank values, then we will just do it. Ano yung nag-work?
Oh, that's data imputation.
Yeah.
If I'm,
Right.
yeah.
Yes. If that's
Yes.
if that's part of the requirements, then we would do it. Definitely.
And then depende din siya kung what type of data, kung numerical, mostly mean, if categorical, mostly mode. So, yun yung yung depende
Yeah,
talaga
makes
siya
sense.
kung anong klase, tsaka kung ano yung kailangan. Parang, I guess, across work naman is depende sa stakeholders eh. Di ba tama, Sir Chi? Kung ano talaga yung gusto makita.
Oh, was that? Yeah, definitely, 100%. Stakeholders pa rin. And please do not forget, if you're working with a lot of people, whoever is being impacted by your work is directly your stakeholder because they have stakes on those things. Oh, that's it.
All right, cool.
Medyo klaro ba dun sa
Thank you so much, Richie.
natin kung ano yung difference or paano nag-work ang data science and data engineering? Throw us
It's a
your-
partnership.
Throw us your questions if you think na mas gusto nyo pang i-distinguish yung work. Pero parang maganda yun sa ibang episode, Josh. Ano?
Yep, agree. So parang, yeah, we can have something like that na parang we can distinguish different roles kasi right now, dumadagdag ng roles eh. So ngayon meron tayong AI engineers and do we also include prompt engineers? So things like those. Parang it's also nice to talk about those things na how the data roles are evolving right now. Especially now na meron tayong AI na different products that actually can do a lot of things that data engineers, data analysts, data scientists can do, right? Yeah, we can have a session about the differences between those roles, and it's actually important kasi parang that's how we learn the entire process of the data landscape in the business. So saan pumapasok si data engineer, saan kailangan si data analyst, si data scientist, what about yung other roles. So, full na daw yung stage. Oh. I thought parang 150 yata yung kaya niya. But yeah, cool. Naka-live naman tayo, guys. If yung mga hindi nakakapasok, feel free to let them know na nasa Facebook din tayo. It's on the data engineering group pala. Naka-live din siya sa Facebook ko para dalawa lang option. Ayan. All right, cool. So thank you so much, Richie and Nina Nina? Ay, ganun. Okay. Akala ko meron. Okay, cool. All right, sige. I want to hear it as well from AC and and Mike about your struggles in finding a job, as well as yung mga naging struggles. I know that you've already talked about this, and maybe it's also nice to talk about that as well in this episode, since people would really want to, parang ano ba yung mga possible na, ano ba yung mga scenarios na nakarelate din sa kanila, and how did you overcome those things? Sige, let's start naman from Casey. Ayan.
Hello. So, hello everyone. My name is Casey. Quick intro lang sa mga wala nung episode 1. My name is Christine. I started my data career in the Philippines, and then a year before pandemic, I moved abroad, and now I am based in the UK working for a dating app company remotely as a lead data engineer / people coach. So, the question, how did I start? So, I think na-mention ko to before, and I kinda echo and relate kay Nina. Kasi parang wala akong interesting story on how I started applying for a job nung fresh grad ako. Kasi if I remember correctly, I was invited to attend an interview sa Makati. I think yung dean's office namin, that company reached out to our dean and then provided the list of graduating students who are in the honor list. So parang ganun. So sa mga nag-aaral dyan, kung masipag kayong mag-aral, malaking tulong yan. Kasi may mga company who are really looking for a fresh grad na wala pa experience, but they wanted to invest sa mga fresh grad na alam nilang masipag. Na alam nilang mag-i-invest sila at the same time yung i-hire nila is nag-i-invest din sa sarili nila. So, sabi nga ni Tina kanina, kailangan you own your career. Hindi lang ka dapat depende sa outside factor. So, number 1, importante yun. Siguro, and then I attended the interview. Syempre, kinakabahan ako. Wala akong totally experience. First interview ko yun, graduating ako kasi TRISEM kami noon. So, waiting ako sa graduation march. At the same time, I think I signed up for a master's degree dun din sa school na yun kasi they're offering a scholarship. So that time, parang medyo excited ako, at the same time kinakabahan kasi hindi ako prepared. Walang data masters noon who can help you overcome kung ano ba yung mga nangyayari sa interview, ganyan. Pero you know what? Ang na-realize ko, ang makakatulong lang talaga sa mga ganong situation is just go, just show up. Yun lang, wag kang matakot. Sabi nga, di ba, ni Josh last episode, parang don't let them reject you. Don't reject yourself. Let them reject you. So the first thing that I did, I attended the interview. And then syempre, parang bago lang yung bago sa pandinig ko yung mga tinatanong or mga sinasabi nung interviewer. Sabi nga ni Nina, ang inaral lang namin sa school is C++. Tapos ngayon, business intelligence. Tapos ganito parang ina-explain yung nag-interview sa akin. Imagine, nasa bank ka. Yung data nito, i-integrate mo, i-consolidate mo, magbi-build ka ng data warehouse, and then kailangan yung na-build mong model is parang fit for purpose dun sa requirements ng kliyente mo kasi consulting company yun eh. So, and luckily, I got a job, and I think the struggle really is when I started the job. Kasi ibang yugto yun eh. 'Di ba? Iba yung story na nag-a-apply ka, iba rin yung story no nag-start ka na sa trabaho doon sa first job mo. Kasi the real challenge is dun sa totoong trabaho na. Yun talaga dapat ang pinaghahandaan natin. Well, syempre, kailangan paghandaan yung interview process and all. But syempre, kailangan i-ready mo rin yung sarili mo dun sa totoong trabaho, dun sa real world scenario. So, I think the struggle during that time for me is because consulting company siya, and kailangan ko na agad ma-deploy sa kliyente. So grabe, di ba? Fresh grad, nag-aaral pa ako, tapos i-deploy na daw ako sa isang big telecommunication company as a one-woman team na magbi-build ka ng, kasi on-prem pa that time eh. So Microsoft, yung buong Microsoft BI, ISK, SSAS, SSRS, magbi-build ka SQL database based on Kimball methodology, DIM and FACS. So sabi ko, inaaral ko pa. Then at the same time, pero I think, yun yung nakatulong sa akin na ma-overcome ko yung yung struggles that time. Kasi nasabak agad ako sa technical, sa messy world na wala akong choice. Wala na akong choice magpabebe. Trabaho na yun eh. Sinasahuran na ako. Diba? Nasa actual na kliyente na ako. Hindi na siya practice lang na, okay, magkamali ako, okay lang. Back to zero na lang ulit bukas. Kumbaga may impact na yung ginagawa ko. So doon na ako talagang nag-start magseryoso aralin. That time, sabi nga ni Nina, wala pang ChatGPT. Mas lalo na noong 2008, walang ChatGPT, walang mga community like this. Ang naging ano ko lang that time, mga ebook. Yun, nag-download ako ng yung toolkit, ng data warehousing toolkit. Mga ebooks talaga yung aking naging BFF. Siyempre, nakatulong din yung company kasi they provided trainings dahil gold certified partner sila ni Microsoft. So may mga trainings din si Microsoft. Pero siyempre, mga theories lang yung ituturo dun eh. Hindi naman ituturo dun talaga yung ano yung gagawin. Paano mo magagawin yung trabaho. So I think yung experience yung nakatulong sa akin ma-overcome. So yun lang. Sana may napulot kayo dun.
Isa ka pala sa mga hindi favorite ni Lord. Nagka-struggle ka eh.
Yes.
Alright.
Makamot ulo ni Sir Richie.
Dapat talaga hindi ko sinabi.
Lord, ganyan ka pala talaga.
gawa ka naman na struggle.
Oh, hanap ako ng struggle.
Oh, para mas interesting, di ba?
Yun na siguro yung struggle ko, yung binatohan ako ng ng statistics.
Actually, since parang biglaan din siya, is it parang different ba from what you normally do?
Yeah. Pag mga biglaan talaga, no? Pag bigla ka nagsusuper saiyan eh, no?
Do this in 2 weeks. Sige, no prob. This is it, pansit.
Parang biglang mag-grow eh, no? Parang kailangan lahat ng alam mo lalabas eh, no?
Yes lang ng yes, no?
Yun nga.
Yes.
Yung wala ka ng no choice.
Actually, parang ganda ng ganung
Takot yung
kasi hindi ka pinupush matuto talaga. So parang kapag nandiyan yung trabaho, okay, no choice na tayo. Wala tayong magagawa kung di gawin ito. So, yeah. So parang, in a way, maganda minsan yung pressure. Ayun, kaya, kasi parang, for example, kapag ito rin napapansin ko sa online learning eh. So kapag ka online learning, you have to just pause of course, to sa yung basics, tapos kapag nalimutan mo kasi hindi mo siya ginagamit, hindi mo na siya talaga magagamit, hindi mo siya matatandaan. So unlike dun sa actual talaga, kapag binigay sa yung ganung work, no choice ka na, gagawin mo talaga siya kasi may gagamit yun eh. So kapag di mo ginawa, either tanggal ka or papagalitan ka. Either way, talo pa. So parang ganun. So it's really important na ang mahalaga talaga na gano'n na once na meron ka ng ganung job, you have to really push for your best then. All right, cool. Okay, let's now hear it from Mike ulit. So I know that parang Mike before na-share na yung mga struggles niya
Yes.
and maybe we'll try to expound on ano pa ba yung
Dagdagan
ibang
natin yung
ginawa?
challenge.
So, ayan, dagdagan natin challenge. All right, cool.
Yes, may guest ako ngayon, yung pusa ko is bigla na lumapit sa akin, si Spat. So,
Share din siya mamaya.
challenge. Yes, mag-share din mamaya. Challenge is gumraduate ka ng recession. So, alam ni Casey yan. So, gumraduate ako ng recession kaya medyo hirap humanap ng work. And then, ang course ko is Electronics and Communication Engineering. That time na gumraduate kami, umalis ng Intel sa Pilipinas. So, while studying, I want to work in semicon. So, ang choices mo is like Intel, Texas Instruments, pupunta ka ng Baguio. Well, ngayon may clerk na sila. So, after a couple of months na nag-a-apply, dahil na the industry is pawala or pabawas na ng pabawas, sorry, pabawas ka ng pabawas, so, nag-work ako as a technical writer sa isang mechatronics sa Igismo, sa Milisal. Gumawa ako ng mga technical manual. So, while working for work. And then, nakahanap naman ako ng work na related for semicon. I used to be design layout engineer ng mga PCB board. And then, nung inano namin is napunta kami ng Maxim, we do their yung mga backlog na work nila, and then I realized na if magdidiretso ako ng semicon, I have to move away. So, ang ano ko lang ay Metro Manila siguro pinakamalayo na. So, nag-resign ako. And then, doon medyo sinwerte dahil while applying, naglalakad ako sa Makati, and then si Accenture noon is before, I don't know ganun pa rin ngayon. Before, like, pwede kang pumasok sa office si Accenture, I want to apply, and then pag-i-examine ka nila. So, nung nag-apply ako, nag-exam, hired ako within the day. And then, sakto, they are building a network engineer group that time. And then, yun. So, technically, data career ko is started like more than 2010. That was 16 years ago. So, doon nag-umpisa yung data career ko. Pero unlike most guys, ang data career ko is nag-umpisa sa layer 1. So, hindi doon sa mga pipelines sa programming. I used to be a test and activation engineer for layer 1 and layer 2 ng isang telco company abroad. So, at first, I handled their private line. So, and then, nung nanas mga dedicated lines na. So, I used to handle like around 10 activations per day. So, ganun kadami yung workload. Dahil, nung nagtitraining kami, medyo dalawa kami, natuwa sa amin yung trainer namin na American. Tapos nung time na yun, is unti-unting nililipat yung practice from US, from New York, papuntang Philippines. So, ang sabi sa amin nun is, they will groom us para i-handle yung special client. They are the 2 biggest clients ng US telco. So, ang warning sa amin ng trainer namin is, don't screw things up dahil they will put their name on the line and babalik sila dito kapag nagkamali kami. Para lang batukan kami. So, so yun, dahil sobrang daming reporting, dahil na ang daming activation. So, gumawa ako ng program noon to automate my reporting. So, normally, like, gagawa ka ng report more than 30 minutes. Sa akin is done within 5 minutes. I do know programming, pero hindi ganun on heavy side. So, ang ginawa ko is, Excel noon has a macro, Visual Basic. So, nirecord ko yung macro, ginawa ko how do I go with my reporting, and then in-stop ko yung recording. And then I study all those codes. Then, from those codes, na-reverse engineering ako, doon ko binuild yung program na i-click ko lang yung isang button, gagawin niya na lahat ng report ko, and then i-show niya sa akin yung email, i-review ko lang, then click send. So, dahil doon nakakauwi ako na maaga on time. Which is, I know naging medyo mahirap umuwi na on time sa Accenture. So, doon nag-umpisa. And then I did the financial advisor for the past decade. And then now during pandemic, medyo napag-isip-isip ko na parang parang gusto kong bumalik more on the technical side, hindi na nasa sales. So that's why naisip ko na data science. And then nung time na yun is pinipilian ko, do I take the 2-year course for masters or do I take a short course? So medyo malaking commitment yung 2-year course. So, ang pinili ko is yung short course. And then, medyo by chance, nag-download ako. I don't know if nakakwento ko na to Josh before. So, dinownload ko lang yung module. And then, after a few hours, may tumawag sa akin. Like, a Boston na US number. And then, they are asking if I want to go with the program. Tapos, in-interview ko that time. Then, I said yes. So, like, mas pinili ko yung, January, February, March, April, May. So, it's a 5-month short course, pero technically, yung buong master's ng data science is covered, kaso hindi ganun ka-in-depth. So, I can do model, I can do decision tree, cat boosting, I can do CNN. So, I did all those stuff na programming na I can detect if magka-cancel ng tao sa hotel, if this person has more chance on enrolling at this school, yung mga ganun tipo. But, parang feeling ko kulang siya, pero I still did apply. So I applied for 1 year. Alam ni Josh, alam ni Mike, alam nila Nina na medyo andun ako sa part na hirap mag-career shift dahil I'm late 30s na. So I think giveaway na bumraduate ako na recession. So medyo hirap umano ng course, and then I think na like after a year of applying na I just got one interview, and then hindi din siya nag-materialize, pero at least umabot ako ng head nung department head. So na-interview ako doon. So I still thankful for that experience. Na parang ano kaya yung what do I need to change? So kaya now for the past months, nag-aral ako ulit. So sabi nga nila is mahirap yung math. Yes, mahirap yung math, pero it can be kaya mo siyang pagtsagaan dahil like more than a decade akong graduate. So medyo hirap pa. So I had to study calculus, I had to study stat, probability, and all that. So I did take the exam. So come the exam, binasa ko yung stat. Buti na lang pinasa ko yung calculus. Tsaka programming aptitude. So okay, sige, sabi, medyo tanggap ko na parang, okay, sige, mag-apply na naman ako next year. And then, ito sila, nag-offer sila na, take the bridging course, tatanggapin ka namin sa program. So, I took the bridging course, 1 month siya na kulang calculus, like 6 to 9 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then, end nung program is, we did R. Then, kaya, medyo natuwa ako sa R compared sa Python. Dahil nung nag-short course ako, Python yung gamit. Nung nag-R ako, parang ang dali niya, kumpara dun sa Python, lalo on analysis. Pero feedback nila parang if you're going to do model or prediction is maganda pa rin daw si Python. So wala pa naman ako dun sa ganung level sa R dahil I'm still on my first year now. So yun lang. Ang ano is parang kahit sabihin nilang mahirap, might as well try it. And then kung talagang hindi kaya, and then what's the worst thing? Ito yung sasabi lang ng web ko, like, think of the worst thing will happen if you do this. So, I took the masters, I took the exam. Worst thing happened is, bumagsak ako, parang, so what? I did, as long as you try your best. So, yun nga, naipasa ko yung bridging, and then I'm starting now, and ngayon is, naghanap ako ng capstone, or I'm developing my capstone project na rin, while studying dahil medyo mahirap daw yung capstone for the PMDSA. Ang course ko is, heavy yung stat, college, ang nag-house kasi ng course ko sa UP is, stat, College of Statistics. So, hindi siya nasa engineering or technical side. Ang ano namin is more on the theory side behind the decision tree, how the math works, yun. So, I'm hoping na that will build a good foundation for me to shape my career on the next couple of years. So, yun lang. Just, try your best, and then, ang ano nga is, lagi mo isipin, what's the worst thing that could happen if I do this? If tolerable siya, then go for it.
Was that log loss
Hello?
function for binary classification model? The
Sorry?
last thing?
Log loss.
Yeah, log loss for binary classification model. Yung log loss function yung sigmoid, no?
Sigmoid? Ang ano ko pa lang, nagawa ko is decision tree, and then I did CNN.
Yeah. So parang may entropy and all, like information theory. Yeah.
Yes, yung mga ganun, yes. Ang ano ko is parang I can program it, pero hindi ko pa ganun kaano yung math behind those models. So kaya I took the masters to know what's behind those models. Which is ang sakit sa ulo.
Ay, ayoko sa
Let's stop.
science di ba? Yan yung
Yes.
ayoko. Masakit yung ulo ko. Kasi hindi ako favorite ni Lord
Yes.
dyan. Welcome to the
Ito,
club.
para sa mga gusto mag-data science, imagine ito. Calculus is a way to measure area. So para gamitin mo siya
Under the curve.
sa data science on the probability, you have to measure the area under the curve, the bell curve, para malaman mo yung probability. And the percentage of the area of that bell curve is your probability. So, ganun siya ka-mind-blowing na parang, ang alam ko sa calculus before is area, hanapin mo yung area ng something na hindi siya like square, triangle, it's under the curve. So, yun pala yung purpose niya. So, hanapin mo yung area. The area represents the percentage of the probability. So, kung ganito yung bell curve, tapos nandito siya, hanapin mo yung area nito from here to here dahil uneven siya. So, para kami maliliit na rectangle na palit siya ng paliit, and you add those area. And that is your probability at this end. Ganun siya.
Bumabalik yung nakaraan sa akin, Mike. Sakit sa ulo.
We also have like different type of distributions. So you might use a different kind of methods.
Yes.
But
Depende sa
yeah,
skill
that's
It's
span,
on.
mga ganun. Sinimplify natin yung bell curve na normal
I know.
bell curve. Wag na right skew, left skew.
yan ang Suji.
Nararamdaman ko yung kay Sir Richinal.
It's all coming back to me
No,
now.
I was like more into statistics though. Not really into other like other fields of math like calculus.
Ako naman is more on calculus dahil engineering graduate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
if you really want to become the best of the best, if you really want to become the best of the best in data science, finish your PhD.
You have, ang magagaling daw sa data,
Yes,
It's okay.
thinking about that. Alam ni Nina yan.
mga applied math na nagpi-PhD, sila yung talagang kinukuha na data scientist ng mga big companies. So, sige sa inyo
Yes.
na, papaubaya ko na yun sa inyo.
May straight
Okay na po
PhD
kami
sa UP.
mag-program.
You can apply dahil
Just
ang
to
exam
clarify,
ng master's saka ng PhD is the same. Same entrance exam ng straight PhD tsaka ng MS sa UP. So you can apply straight PhD ka.
basta hindi ko, sinasabi ko lang to, hindi ko hate ang math ha. Talagang okay na ako.
Sounds like it, Nina.
Yes.
Sounds like
We
you
understand.
have beef with mathematics.
Tama na.
Hindi na po bala sa SQL.
Tama na, tama.
Pero ang interesting yung kay Mike. I wanna ask lang Mike siguro. Even if you're not, if you haven't landed that job yet, ano yung parang favorite parts of your journey? Yan. Ano ba yung Casey?
I'm on this field kasi for the learning. So natutuwa ako dun sa process nung I have to learn new things na like ngayon, alam to ng mga moderators na gano'n kasaya ngayon on studying satellite images. So, I'm developing a model using satellite images to detect something on the Earth. So, yung mga gano'n, parang, ang ano ko is parang, hindi man ako matanggap ng work. So, I enjoy the learning part.
Right. And actually, after this, parang for sure magiging mabenta ka na kasi there's a lot, parang na-leverage mo rin yung program eh. And then of course, definitely during the program, magkakaroon ka ng experience with other companies since you're looking for
Yes.
work, right? So parang something that you can also add to your portfolio na rin. So after that, syempre siguro, hindi ka na mapamahire sa mga roles na first level lang, right? So parang nasa
Yes.
managerial lang kagad yan. So
That's exactly yung reason ko why I take the masters na after this, senior level yung i-applyan ko para yung tawag dito, medyo lumiit ng konti
ROI. Right, actually. Since, syempre, in that level naman that you gain that level of experience, syempre, something na dapat higher level na rin makuha naman din. So, right. Okay. I actually have this question that I want to ask everyone then. Saan na ba yun? Yan. Siguro in your perspective, especially now in the age of AI, saturated na kaya yung data roles? It's not just for data engineer, any data roles in your perspective, saturated na kaya siya? Anyone can start.
I think I'll go.
Go.
Humans produced more data than we did 2 years ago than the rest of time. So basically, exponentially growing ang data production and our generation natin. And so who's gonna do all of those analysis? Who's gonna do all of those pipelines? Who's gonna do all of those models? Maybe automation is probably a challenge for all of us, but I don't think 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every day can be handled by an AI, especially for DEs, especially for data engineers. You have to have like a personal person-to-person conversation before you can do things. You have to ask questions. AI doesn't do that, right? You have to ask questions in order for you to understand what needed. Tapos kakausapin mo rin yung DS, kakausapin mo yung DA, kakausapin mo rin yung mga stakeholders. And so I think no, it's not saturated, and I think it's still in demand. And I think it's based on data as well. That's play on words. The data states that the data careers are not saturated.
Alrighty, cool. Yep, Mina.
Saturated, no, but the competition is on. Kasi sobrang dami ng data. Maya't maya nagbabago yung technology. Like, ang bilis talaga. Sobra. And then, not to mention na dumadami rin yung risks of, the threat, cybersecurity, etc. So, I think it's not saturated, pero it somehow becomes complicated. Kaya talagang instead na mag-stay ka lang sa the usual na ETL ng CSV, 'di ba, CSV file, nagkakaroon na tayo ng kung ano-anong extraction ng, let's say, photos, ng mga comments, ano ba, scraping, etc. And kung ang alam mo lang is mag-extract ng data from a CSV file and hindi ka marunong mag-scrape, then I think that would be a problem. Tas, not to mention na kahit naman ikaw ay data engineer, you have to learn the basics of data security. So, papasok na rin dyan kahit papaano yung a little amount of cybersecurity. Like, how would you actually protect your data? So, alam mo yung mga ganun. So, hindi na siya basta lang ETL, gusto ko lang mag-extract, transform, load, but dumadami na yung dapat na skills na alam mo. Like, for me right now, dun sa lead data engineering, hindi na ako yung masyadong gumagawa ng mga pipelines. I just give the
Oops.
Yeah,
Nawala ulit si
nawala ulit si
Nina.
Nina.
I agree
Okay.
with her though, with
Mm.
the point she mentioned that data careers is not saturated, but evolving.
Mm.
So,
Right.
Agree.
especially with all the automations happening or going on.
Before parang struggle ko nga lang is I don't know how to learn. I don't know any cloud technologies eh. Tapos ngayon naman nagkakaroon na tayo ng modern data stack. So agree that hello Nina, yan back na siya.
I'm sorry.
And-
Alam mo, sinasabotahe talaga ako ng Discord. Hindi talaga ako favorite nila.
Hindi ka favorite. Hindi ka favorite ng Discord.
Pangalawa na siya.
Dalawa na to, Yung may balat dyan, please. Pala yun no? Kidding aside, pero yun, as a lead data engineer, ako na yung kumukuha ng requirements and then I give it to my junior data engineers to do it. Ngayon, ano yung nagiging purpose ko as a lead data engineer? It is to make sure that I do the proper audits. Like, tama pa ba yung security na ina-apply namin do sa mga data? Like, do we have to mask it? Do we have to keep it in a different database? Tapos i-extract na lang namin doon para in case na ma-hack tong database namin na to. Diba? Yung mga ganun bang bagay. And then I work with cybersecurity and in that way, pati yung data governance, pinapasok ko na siya. So, ganun, it gets complicated. And that's the reason why you have to really keep on studying, being up to date with the technology. Ano yung bagong ino-offer ni Snowflake? Sino si Databricks? Ano yung Unity catalog nila? Anong difference niyan with yung mga ganong tipo? Anong difference sa Snowpark, sa Glue? So, you really have to be up to date kasi ang bilis magbago ng technology na ginagamit sa data engineering. And yun yung mga technology na yun din yung nagpapadali ng trabaho ng mga data analysts, ng mga data scientists, ng mga stakeholders. So, aral ng mabuti and be up to date. Read white papers because yung iniisip nyo na case study na possible gamitin sa company nyo, it might be something that you can really apply in your life, di ba? Nagtitipid yung company nyo sa anong magandang framework ang gamitin. Dapat pa ba mag-Glue framework or should you go for a Luigi framework? So, yung mga ganong bagay. Yun na po yung ginagawa ng lead data engineer. Just in case that you're asking. Yan lang. pero hindi siya saturated. So,
Alrighty.
What was that?
Agree.
Like, maybe
Saturated,
Mario.
not saturated. Mario.
I was so confused. Okay, that's not. Gladly, that's not part of my. It's not on my plate.
So
Alright.
for
Sige,
me,
let's hear it
echoing
from Casey. Ayan.
yes. So for me, echoing what Nina and Richie just said, no. Saturated, no. Competitive yung market, yes. Dapat ba tayong matakot? No. Actually, I did a quick exercise just this morning. Nagpunta ako sa Google kay JobStreet, ang ating favorite na jobstreet.ph. I did a quick exercise. I searched for the keyword data engineer. Guess what? Ilan yung lumabas na sa job postings? Any wild guess?
50.
That is so
6,000.
data.
6,000.
That is so
6,000.
data-centric of you to do that,
Data
though.
engineer, 6,000. I tried data analyst, 14,000. Data scientist, 4,000. So all in all, dun pa lang sa tatlong data jobs na yun, ilan na? 24K. So saturated, definitely not. But the market is tough. Kailangan, you have to be competitive then. So kailangan mag-upskill ka. You have to be, kailangan, alam mo kung ano yung nangyayari sa data scene. Huwag ka lang makontento dun sa isang topic or sa isang tool or sa isang technology. 'Di ba? Kasi very competitive, and sabi nga rin ni Nina, hindi nagle-level up parati eh. So after mong maging data engineer, magiging lead data engineer ka, magiging data governance manager ka. So madami, malawak ang data professional. So wag tayong matakot na mawalan tayo ng trabaho. So katulad yan. So sa personal experience ko, sa company namin ngayon, aside from being data engineer, so isa rin sa mga hinahandle namin is yung data governance, data compliance, how to be compliant, especially sa European countries, kailangan yung GDPR, napaka-importante. So maraming domain ng data na aaralin mo. You just need to find your niche, kung saan ka interested and kung saan yung topic na magiging, alam mo yun, yung bibigyan mo talaga ng time and effort na aralin and talagang all bloods and sweats is ipupundar mo. Parang ganun. Kung paano ka magiging, kung ano yung magpapa-excite sa'yo to stick with it. Kasi mahirap, pero worth it.
I also want to add something with sa sinabi ni Casey. Data careers are now considered as like skilled jobs in other countries, especially in for example in Australia. It is being considered as a skilled job already, skilled work. So if you guys want to do data analysis here in Australia, you can take the assessments and then go apply for that visa. Who knows? Yeah.
Kanina daw.
Extremely noted.
Pinto ko.
Let's go, Nina.
Hindi kasi nag-ano ako dyan, nag-apply ako sa Australia dati, yung pointing system. I think I just need a validation from a certain society, parang computer something ba yun, to validate my experience and my skills. Yun na lang yung kulang ko.
But you did the assessment already.
Ano,
Did you take the assessment?
Not yet. But
Di ba pointing pa rin, like if kasal, you have a husband, child, mga ganon.
they have that. Tapos after nun kasi parang kailangan mong ano yung tawag doon? Yung degradean ka ng society nga nila na yun. Accredited.
Magve-vet. Vetting.
Yeah, that's it. Malay nyo, nasa Melbourne na ako isang araw. Charot.
Yes.
Ito, Sir Bong.
Brisbane.
Kanina, nakausap
Brisbane.
ba si Sir Bong?
Bigdan ko lang nung isang araw yung Sydney, ha? Medyo kinapaka ko lang yung environment doon. Medyo bet ko siya, in fairness.
Sabi mo si Gold Sydney. Malay mo, meron silang hiring.
Yeah, yun. Ano pa ba? May questions ba tayo dito?
Actually, mayroong question dito maganda actually. Ito related din siya sa magiging natin, question din natin. So sabi niya, summary ko na lang 'to. Ang dami niya may mga skill in college. okay, 4 years. Tapos medyo fundamentals lang siya. Pero right now, nagkaroon siya ng mga projects, nagagawa naman yung mga current na na basics for ETL, for data engineering stuff, pipelines, taping data from the web, and so on. Pero until now, hindi pa rin siya nakakakuha ng interviews. Wala pa rin nagko-contact sa kanyang human recruiters, right? HR recruiters, ayan. Ano kaya yung mga possible na kulang pa sa kanya?
Well,
Or siguro for Casey and and of
May-
course, yeah, go Meg, sorry.
Yes, I have answer for that. Yung laging sinasabi ni Sir Mike sa atin na network. So, umattend ka ng mga events and gano'n. Dahil, like, I mean, hindi man ako na-hire on my last interview, but I still got the interview. So, it's still a one step closer. I still get this, take it as a win. So, and then, kaya ako lang nakuha yung interview na yun is because I was referred on someone na I met through networking ng DEP. So, yun lang. If like we have an event, attend, talk to people, and then, who knows? Dahil, mas maganda pa rin kasi now, like, if someone referred you to the position, it's still bears some meaning on the industry. Dahil parang vetted ka. Compared to like, randomly, nagpasa ka on a job site, ganun.
Agree on the network part. Yep.
May question ako. Kasi yung question ba yun ni Regine? Yung ang sinasagot natin? Yung
Yes, Regine, yes.
oops, nawalan yung ilaw. Kasi
Wala
data rin
yung
siya.
talaga.
Automatic. So, my question,
Kailangan gumalaw.
kailangan nag-exercise. May question ako, how many times ka na nag-apply? You mentioned 1 month. 1 month. Tama ba? Pero how many applications you did already?
Ayan, pa-type na siya. Ayan, 100 plus daw.
100 plus? Mababa pa yan. So, I'll tell you a very inspiring story. Konti pa yan. This morning ko lang din nabasa. I have a friend, a good friend of mine. Nabasa ko lang sa Facebook, and they are now based in Australia. Yung anak niya, so nandun na, graduate yung anak niya ng computer science, I think sa Ateneo, summa cum laude. And very inspiring yung story niya because dun sa article, na-feature siya dun sa, parang sa newspaper ng Australia kung nasan sila. 700 rejections lead him to be a software engineer at Microsoft Australia. Imagine, 700 rejections. Ang point ko lang dito, ang pinaka-tip lang, tiyagain mo lang. Yung word na perseverance, huwag kang mahinaan ng loob. So baka yung 100 plus, kulang pa parang piniprepare ka lang ni Lord eh. Kulang pa yan. Times 7 mo. Parang ganon. So, tiyagain mo lang, huwag kang mawalan ng pag-asa. You're on the right track. I know, syempre, it's easier said than done. So parang, nga, madaling sabihin na tiyagain lang, pero tao lang tayo. Human nature natin yung ma-feel bad, ma-discourage at some point, pero wag na wag kang titigil. Parang, yun lang. Tiyagain mo lang. Baka yung 100 plus, who knows? Yung ika 150, yung ika 200, yung ika 250, yun na pala. Diba? So, push lang, laban.
I have a question for her. Kung naka 100 plus ka na, did you even take note of the questions? Did you write? Did you try to analyze and do some self-reflection? Kung ano yung mga usual na tanong. Kasi the usual questions would be, describe yourself, di ba? Why should we hire you? Are you taking notes of the questions, of your answers? Tapos explain to us the difference of a normalized table versus a denormalized table. Ganyan yung mga questions normally, di ba? So are you taking notes of that? And then are you checking if your answers are actually correct? Kasi ako, if I'm going to hire someone, ako, junior data engineer, normally, exam lang yan. Like yung logic, yan, kung marunong mag-if, else, typical na, logic exam. But for senior developers, I try to see the technical knowledge on the basics itself. So, kung yung basic na yon hindi mo masagot, then please try to check it sa internet, ask ChatGPT for a mock interview question and then try to answer it on your own. Kasi may mga tanong, pag nga lead in data engineer ka na, tanong sa'yo, how will you handle, constructive criticisms?
I
Ano
think
ka
Nina, wala pa ang challenge niya is wala pa raw tumatawag to invite for
to
an interview.
invite?
Parang puro application lang, wala pang tumatawag for
Yes,
interview.
pares kami na walang nagma-materialize na interview from those applications.
Check nyo kaya sa amin yung ano nyo, yung resume nyo. Ito na naman po kami.
Ayan.
Can I ask, how long have you been applying?
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, 1 month.
1 month. Okay.
Siguro
I was like gonna ask. Yeah, go
Resume.
lang. Sorry. No, I was gonna ask because if you do like 100 applications in 1 month, tapos for me siguro statistically speaking, the more entries, the more chances of winning, di ba? Pero
Sales funnel ba yan, Sir Richie?
also you do changes when you apply for in the future. For example, sabi ni Nina, change something that doesn't work, because if something doesn't work and then you expect it to work even though you did not change anything, that's a definition of insanity, right? You do the same thing without changing anything, then you
Expecting different results.
you expect a different outcome. Yeah, that's definitely not good. So instead of spraying and praying, why not let's narrow down, because you're going to be a data engineer or data engineer or data analyst or data scientist. Let's collect data of all of those 100 applications. What are the main feedback that you can get, and how can you improve that? And moving forward,
Yes.
to improve, and that's data is all about. That is a process all about. It's iterative, reiterative.
Sabi ni Regine,
Maybe
tinawag
am I even saying that correctly? It's like we improve the more we grow. I'm sorry, the more we apply, the more we improve. There you go.
Nabasa ko dun sa comment ni Regine, tinawagan daw siya, pero hindi daw yun yung focus niya. I suggest, Regine, just take whatever that is. Kasi, yun yung magiging stepping stone mo to get experience. Dun mo palang malalaman kung ayaw mo ba maging React developer, ayaw mo bang maging IT. Kasi, alam mo yung data engineer, hindi naman siya pinopost as junior data engineer sa LinkedIn. It's most of the time data analyst, or you will start as a software engineer. Tapos magugulat ka na ipapagawa sa'yo, ETL na pala. Kasi, just to be honest with you, ako nung nag-apply ako sa Accenture, was just an associate software engineer. I was not even labeled as a junior data engineer. I took the job. Voila! Data engineer pala yung trabaho ko. So, just take it. Wag muna kayo magre-reject, especially if you're a fresh grad. Kasi, dyan nyo palang nabibuild kung ano yung gusto nyo talaga, ano yung preference nyo, anong language. Just take it. Wag masyadong focus na gusto ko data engineer. Malay nyo, yung cybersecurity kayo, hoy, mataas din na sweldo sa cybersec, ha?
True.
And building on Nina, like what happened to me years ago, like nung pumasok din ako sa Accenture, iba din yung binigay sa akin. So they offer me the network engineering position, pero pagdating ko dun is order management. It's like project management, pero I don't know if may project management na ba nung time. Pero that's technically what I do. And then nagkaroon ng position for the more technical side, the network engineer, doon ako lumipat ng department. So if may tumawag kasi or nag-offer ng job, check the company, and then if there's a possibility na like we have this job, most companies have data engineering jobs din naman. So ang ano is, huwag mong kagad isara yung door dahil there's still chance na makalipat ka ng department. Sometimes that you can ask your team lead, your supervisor, your manager, as long as you do your job well, and then pakita mo sa na this is really my passion, ito talaga gusto kong work, and then they can help you move to the position na yung gusto mo talagang marating. Because, that happens to me. Yun yung ginawa ko before.
Yes. Ako nga sample, sige, mag-interview ako ngayon. Makakasagot, ano ang 4 pillars of software engineering?
Ayan, ayan, ayan.
Kung hindi niyo nasagot yun, hindi ko kayo tatanggap sa trabaho. Oh, siya.
Ay, sorry. Puro stat po naman ng utak ko ngayon, Ma'am Nina.
Dahil yung
Sagot
kasi
ko nga.
sa job nyo, whatever the type is, as long as yun, kasi yun naman yun, yun yung kailangan nyo anywhere you, it's the fundamental. God require. So, yun, parang, just do it, guys. It. Next question, pinag-usapan natin. Yun ha, take, first experience,
Nina, nawawala ka
gather,
ulit.
ayoko
Kaya na naman tayo kay Nina. Mag-reflect.
Guys, yung may mga
Before-
balat
I'm sorry.
is na.
Yes, I agree kay Nina. Nung nag-apply ako before, alam ko yung layer 1 to 7, kailangan mo siya i-discuss. And then may layer 8. Human error.
Medallion layer lang kami.
Abstract.
Okay, sige, sige.
Ayan. May sumagot naman. Saan to galing? Sa ChatGPT ba to? Yan, dapat alam niyo yun, ha? Sige nga, explain niyo pa.
Design, develop, deploy, maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually applicable din siya sa mga data jobs since you have to
Mm.
design
Kaya,
ChatGPT
something,
nga.
build
ano
it.
matututunan niyo doon sa
Deploy,
kinukuha
maintain
niyo
it.
trabaho, kahit ano pa yung offer niya, magagamit niyo siya kahit saan, kahit sa data engineering, cybersecurity, data governance, data science. Just take it. Wala.
And sometimes the roles are using different titles eh. Kagaya nga sinabi natin na associate software engineer, tapos ginagawa is data. But try exploring other roles too. Baka may makita rin kayo. Halimbawa, sa isang racket na nagawa ko before, data analyst yung title, pero I actually built the entire infra nila for data engineering for the reporting layer nila. So, ayun, parang it and explore yung titles as well as read the descriptions if you're really interested to that particular role. And yeah, numbers game din talaga siya. Feel free to apply to many jobs. Simulan nyo syempre sa mga gusto nyong jobs. Halimbawa, may gusto mo talaga ng company, go for it. Kapag ka, nag-fail na, edi lipat lang kayo, move on ka agad. Apply lang. So yung last na, itong bagong job ko ngayon, na-hire ako last January. Parang bago ko ito makuha, I had to apply hundreds din eh. So, sa 120 plus yata. May tracker ako nun. Parang ginawa ko ng dashboard yun. Parang, eto si job na to, nakita ko parang na-average ko yung response time niya. Parang nasa 2 days, 5 days, mga ganun. So, yeah. Masaya magkaroon ng tracker kapag ka nag-apply ka ng job kasi kahit na-reject ka, may na-update kang tracker. So, gumagalaw siya. So, di ba? At least napapractice yung skills nyo. So, right, cool. And yeah, yun, magandang mga practices yun when you're applying to jobs na you have to really practice your networking skills. You have to connect with people. And hindi lang siya basta-basta technical skills. If you have projects, I would expect you as well guys to work to explore yung mga foundational skills. So for example, for data engineering, what is data modeling, warehousing concepts. Kasi those are things na conceptual pero applicable siya kahit saan kayo mapunta. So may mga modern tayong design pero eventually you would still fall under these basic concepts na basta matutunan nyo lang itong mga fundamentals na to. Kahit saan kayo dalhin, kaya nyo siyang pasikutin. Also communications. Communications not just in English but in how you deliver your message. For example, kapag ka nakikipag-usap kayo sa stakeholders nyo, how do you manage your expectations? How do you get the requirements from them? How do you communicate with them para mas maunawaan yung gusto nila? Kasi minsan magugulo sila kausap, to be honest. Ayan. So, paano nyo ma-extract yung requirements from them? So, yun yung mga parang other non-technical skills that you have to build on. And of course, resume din. Minsan, di minsan eh. When you're applying for jobs and you send your resume, they just have a very few seconds to review it. Ay, may pet din tingnan. Ayan. So yeah, make sure to optimize your resume para mas ma-highlight yung mga skills nyo as well as yung experiences. That way, in a single glance, okay siya. Makikita kagad yung mga points ng resume nyo. So try nyo mag-explore. Mag-A/B testing kayo. Ayan. So gawa kayo ng isang version ng resume. Another version.
Resume
Tapos,
roast. Resume roast.
yan. Ay, resume roast. So, roast talaga.
Send us your resume and
Feedback.
we'll review it.
Yeah. Send
Medyo
it
may
to us.
feedback naman daw para medyo positive.
Yeah. Bigay sa inyo yung
Takot sila
resume
sa
para
roast.
review siya. Actually, medyo nakakatakot yung roast eh. Kaya minsan parang ayaw sumama din eh. Kasi parang
Yung
gigisayin siya.
Feedback
Pero
na lang. Yes, ako
Namin?
rin.
Trabaho yung huling dalawa na roast namin natanggap sa trabaho yun.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Di ba nag-feedback?
Ayun na, alam niyo guys.
Larry, nandiyan ka ba? Larry, paramdam ka. Pakigalaw yung baso. Charot.
Larry. Walang Larry.
Wala tayo sa loop, Josh.
Media board pala ito. Nagtawag na espiritu. Ayun na daw
Yan.
naming dog.
Josh,
Yeah,
may additional pala ako dun sa ano mo, Josh.
Go ahead. Yep.
Yes. Yes, yun nga. Yung sinabi nyo is parang build your portfolio. Like, ayusin yung GitHub nyo. And then, on that note, like, ako ngayon is I'm taking the GitHub course sa DataCamp. So, utilize yung DataCamp natin dahil nga may mga ganun siyang courses like how you can utilize your GitHub para mas maganda tingnan yung mga projects, yung portfolio. Dahil as of now kasi most of my projects is nasa Google Colab. So I do uploaded it sa GitHub pero parang ano lang siya, like files lang siya naka-upload doon. So I'm trying to like how to showcase my project on a better way para mas madali siyang ma-absorb ng mga recruiter. Dahil hindi lahat ng recruiter is technical.
Right,
Yes, yan.
right.
Habang may flat pa tayo.
Alrighty. Sige. I think we've already covered a lot and it's already almost 8:30. So sige, let's just wrap it up. And I want to ask siguro, Mike, what are the existing programs? Yung iba nasabi natin, no? Pero Mike, can you tell us about DataCamp Scholarship? Baka makatulong din sa mga listeners natin.
Yes. So sa DataCamp Scholarship is you can select kung anong course yung gusto mo. Like if you want to study SQL, Python, or R. Like ngayon, ang inaaral ko is R and GitHub and then Gemini din. So if you're onto AI. Pero if gusto mo talaga siyang gawing career, may mga track doon. Like Nina is nag-take kayo ng isa. Nina, anong track ulit tinitake mo ngayon yung kaka-exam mo lang?
Data engineering. Bina-validate ko kasi baka mami hindi ako pumasa, di ba? Tapos lead data engineering. Mahiya.
Diba? Continuous learning lang, Nina, di ba? Wala, ano.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on,
so-
guys. Ang sarili nyo.
So we have data analyst track, we have data scientist track, and then especially data engineering Pilipinas tayo, we have data engineering track. So kapag click yung track na yon, lahat ng courses para maging data engineer, analyst, scientist ka, ibibigay niya sa'yo, ano siya, step by step. So hindi mo kailangan na parang magganto ka kagad na parang medyo mahirap kagad. Hindi, mag-uumpisa siya sa pinaka-basic para you build your foundation on that and then hanggang pahirap ng pahirap siya. And then huwag kayong matakot dun sa doon sa assignment dahil it's just 4,000 XP, it's just 4 hours of learning per month, ganun siya kakonti. So, ang importante sa amin is ginagamit nyo siya, it helps you grow, makahanap ng trabaho, and yeah, as long as ginagamit nyo siya, we're happy to give that scholarship. Di ba, Josh?
Yep. Ilang scholars natin right now? Dami.
Right now, we are close to 5,000.
Ooh.
5,000 na po yung
Imagine magkaaning data.
Yes. So, ang slot natin ngayon is 5,000 and then we are getting close to the 5,000 mark.
Contractor
Ang is, continue daw, magiging university na daw tayo. Kailangan 10,000.
Yes.
May contractor ka ba? Ba't ang dami mo scholar?
Hindi
Joke lang.
hindi mura yan.
Di
That's
contractor
$300
pala
per
to si Mike.
scholar.
DE contractor ka pala.
$300.
Yes, that's $300 per scholar. So, ano siya is, while it's there, while we have it, utilize it, gamitin niya siya.
82 million na pala to, Mike.
Oo.
Contractor ka talaga.
Kung pwede lang, sabi nga ni Mike, kung pwede lang i-cash.
Ghost
Josh, may
corner.
cloud din
Cash
doon.
natin to.
Uy,
May cloud
inaalis namin
engineering doon,
Ha?
Josh.
yung
May
mga
cloud
nag-a-apply.
engineering doon.
Diba? May mga ghost scholar tayo, Mike. Yung tinatanggal natin kasi nag-apply lang tapos di naman nag-aaral. Uy,
Yes, pag mga ilang
Yeah.
buwan nang hindi ginagamit, yan. Tatanggalin yan.
tatanggal namin
And
yan.
guys,
Nag-audit
opportunity.
kami. Kailangan nyo sa commission on audit. Baka
Baka ipatawag
magka-senate.
Ikaw,
tayo sa
may kawakan ka
Senate.
yun. Yan. Thanks so much, Mike. Ano pa ba yung ibang data, DEP programs natin? We have Data Masters. May
Data
representative ba
Masters.
tayo?
Data Master.
Ay, si ano, si
So,
Casey.
yeah, invite ko lang kayo. We have this initiatives called Data Masters. Data Masters is a safe space for you to practice. Sabi nga ni Nina kanina, invite kayo, attend kayo ng resume roast or review. Yan. Once, ang next Data Master natin will be on October 11, I think, because once a month na lang siya muna ngayon to give away dito sa podcast. But yeah, just reach out to Matt.
Kasalanan mo,
Sorry na.
Josh.
Sila yung
Sorry na.
sila yung nagfa-facilitate ngayon, nag-organize ng mga data master sessions natin. So, yun, feel free to use that program para to practice your communication skills. Ito yung mga bagay na, 'di ba? You do great sa tech skills, but don't forget your soft skills din. Kasi dalawa yun importante sa trabaho. So, yun lang. Data masters.
Guys, magpa-roast na kayo sa amin. Huwag kayo matatakot. Just do it.
Alay po ba ako sa magro-roast?
Yeah, pwede. Yes. Alam pag mga
Yes,
data scientist mong i-roast na resume, and go. Kahit
Ayun,
yung
Nina,
sa
isama ka na. Jackie C.
yeah.
Yes.
Pagka gusto niyo magpa-practice, ano ba yung mga possible na questions sa inyo pag nag-apply as data scientist, we can actually give it to you para at least you get ready. Ay, ito pala yung mga ito pala yung mga tinatanong sa amin. So,
Right.
Para sa actual, di ka na
Yes.
kinakabahan kasi nag-practice ka na.
kasi
Practice
binalaan
lang.
ko sa Facebook.
Gisa ka na.
Oo. Sabi mo, ang
Alright.
hirap ng tanong ni Ma'am Nina. Mas madali pa yung tanong ng recruiter.
Oh, true.
Ay, nung recruiter ng HR. Mahirap. Mas mahirap
Technical
yung tanong ng
interview
HR.
si Nina eh. I think. Rekta na technical interview si Nina. So medyo mahirap na talaga.
Yes. Mm.
Yes. Technical interviews.
At least ready na sila.
Mm.
Okay, we also have active pa rin yung ating AI study group, right?
I think so.
So yeah,
Mga
yep.
sessions sila for that.
Yeah, so sa GC kasi para may nakita pa ang updates on AI study group. So they're essentially talking about AI, the concepts about AI, RAGs, and all those parang pop words kay AI. So feel free to join if you're interested. And yeah, so far yun naman yung mga ongoing nating
Ito,
projects.
Josh.
So yeah.
The Puso Project.
Sorry?
Yung,
Ay, oo, yung kay
Puso
Sir Mike, ay,
Project.
Sir Mike, Sir Bong.
Okay,
Mr.
sir.
Bong. Mr. Bong. Si
Yeah,
Code
the Puso
Sydney.
Project. Ay, yeah, agree. Yung mga nag-aan dito, yung mga gumagawa ng mga web apps, feel free to volunteer your work to Sir Bong under the Puso Project. So ang goal ng project na yun is you build a project that can be used by the community or kahit ang mga barangay, mga government and so on. So yun, feel free to contribute your work, especially if you're someone who's starting out with your journey. Nag-aaral pala mag-web dev, so feel free kasi wala namang requirement dun sa sa pinaka project. I mean, wala siyang pinaka-requirement na dapat itong stack ang gagamitin mo. Although medyo heavy on Python, but at least it doesn't have to be perfect as long as ma-deploy mo lang siya dun sa Puso Project. Kasi lumalabas siya sa website, yun na nakakatuwa doon, deploy talaga siya. So makikita niyo yung project niyo na nandun sa website. So yeah, agree. Sa sinabi ni Kim, you can use Django or whatever you prefer. Kasi yun nga, deploy naman din siya. Yeah, I think so far naman yung mga projects natin, I think or may miss out pa ba ako or goods naman yan. Yeah, cool. So, right. Let's do our promos naman. Sige, round robin ulit if you want to promote something or your page, channel or whatnot. So, yeah, let's have Richie muna. Ayan. Anything you want to promote?
Oh, Connect Core Solutions, guys. If you want to become a, I don't know, sponsor agent. I don't even know why I'm saying it, but yeah, probably we're gonna have an opening for data careers, data analyst, and right now I do have a team for research analyst, and so far we're doing really good. So if you guys want to join our team, don't forget to visit our website or our Facebook page. That's it.
What's the name, sir? Yung name ng company.
Oh yeah, Connect Core Solutions. Yeah, you can visit that.
Yan.
Maybe
Alam na, guys.
pwede
I don't
natin
know those
i-type
people, by
sa
the way.
chat, Josh.
Sorry?
Baka pwede natin i-type sa chat.
Ito na, nasenda ni Richie. Yan, Connect Core Solutions.
Okay.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Richie.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
let's have Mike. Thanks so much, Richie. Mike, anything you want to promote?
Promote, yun pa rin, data camp. We are on our second year now, and then apply lang kayo. We still have slots, and then if hindi man kayo na-approve pa, sorry, medyo busy lang sa assignment, kaya hindi pa ako nakapag-approve for the past few days. So wait lang natin, and then kapag if you do get fill up, please seryosohin natin, and then wag lang tayo mag-space or period because we really read the comments. So we are making sure na mapunta yung scholarship that, as I said earlier, it's a $300 scholarship. So medyo magastos siya, mahal siya, and then we want it to go to someone who is deserving na talagang gagamitin siya. So please seriously natin yung application, and then let's keep learning. And then well, I do have an Instagram page for my 3D printing. If you pero hindi naman siya ganun ka-active. Like, you can search Z-Access 3 Design. Konti pa lang yung post. So, it's one of my hobbies.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike. Casey?
Hello. Siguro promote ko lang ulit yung Data Master. So, clarify ko lang ha, aside from resume roles or review or interview practice, you can also share your interesting project if you want to just practice presentation skills. So, yun. And if you want to stay in touch, add me up on LinkedIn, Christine Cristobal. Yun lang.
Thank you. And Nina?
Wala naman akong ipopromote. Sige lang, mag-chat lang kayo sa akin. Charot. I-chat nyo lang
Yung
ako.
merch. Yung merchandise natin, hindi pa ba siya pwede i-promote?
Pwede
Sino?
naman.
Ayaw nga, no?
Kung hindi ko susuot
Hindi
ngayon.
yung mga interested. Oo nga.
Hindi nag-ano kami. Gusto nyo like,
merch.
ilo-launch namin siya. Soon.
Abang kayo, guys. DEP merch.
Okay lang
Kailangan namin pera.
mga proyekto natin, guys. Kasi may gastos din po tayo. Parang awa nyo na po.
Yung domain ni Mike.
Hindi pwedeng puro gastos ni Josh yung Merry Days natin. Tsaka, ano ba yung last time? CBTL na Josh?
Len?
No kidding. We want kasi talaga
yung last time na ako na nagpa-merienda ka, CBTL.
Ako lang yan. Isang jar lang yun.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but yeah, we're now funding or looking for ways to fund the organization para sa upcoming projects din. Especially, malaki din yung group natin. It's not just a group it's a community na. So, 30K, tapos there's a lot of projects going on. So, ang dami nating volunteers and bloodline talaga natin yung volunteers natin. And we're not really eyeing for profitability, but what we're eyeing is yung mas ma-continue natin projects. So, yun yung goal natin. Kaya, upcoming natin would be, as mentioned by Nina, would be the
merch.
The merch. Ayan. Abang-abang kayo guys. And if you're interested, message lang kayo. Ayan.
Yung magalang di namin papatungan to ng madaming SOP.
Oh,
Yung enough lang talaga para para lang live yung ating website. Ganun lang. Hindi po masyadong malaki. Pangkapi lang po kapag nagmi-meet up tayo, ganun. Hindi po namin gagawing 300 yung 100 na kape. Safe po. Fast.
Hindi kami bibili ng Porsche, Lamborghini.
Walang margin.
Yes. No,
Wala pong ganun.
40 cars. 28 cars.
I would like to add something pala. So, if ever
Yeah, sure.
kung sino man sa inyo wants to or mag-aspire as DS or DA, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I've already built my deck because I really wanted to
Right.
teach DA. If you guys wanna join, let's learn together. Not learn together, but let's grow together. Okay, it's free.
Awesome.
Walang VAT.
Walang
Okay,
walang,
so
walang SOP. Totoo na po ba ito?
ay,
Maybe Richie, we can set up a data master session with you para mas maraming natin yung audience natin. if you want.
we can break it. We can break it down into smaller pieces, like every phase of data analytics. For example, for asking questions, for cleaning data, maybe we can have those.
Awesome.
I think I can fit that in an hour. So
Awesome, cool. Sige, we can set a session with
feeling
that.
ko yun talaga,
Um,
Kim.
Right. And yeah, for me naman, promo ko lang is yung page ko lang. So medyo nangangalawang siya ngayon, but feel free to follow pa rin. And my channel. And right now, kaka-create ko lang ng bagong group that's for Data Engineering Pilipinas Bulacan. So we will be having, wala pang plano, but ang goal is to have events around Bulacan. Of course, for Bulacan residents. So yeah, DE, not district engineer, it's data engineer, okay? So, ayan. para tayo. So medyo mainit yung Bulacan when it comes to to those projects. So yeah, this data engineer, not district engineer. Right. Magkakaroon tayo ng data projects, not flood control projects. Malinaw po yun, no?
Data pipeline project. Like.
Yeah, pipeline project siya, pero hindi for flood control. Ayan.
Yes. Data control.
Data lake.
Where
Data
can they reach
control.
out, by the way, so that we can have a channel? Sabi ni Machu.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Maybe
Meron
dun
na
sa
tayong...
Data Masters.
Yeah. Sa Data Masters, yes. May channel naman na Data Masters doon. Maybe I can connect you, Richie, kay Ay, si Casey pala. Ikaw na nag-organize ng mga Data Masters din, right? Or
Yes,
si
but
Louie?
yeah, si Yui tsaka si
Yan.
Matt, sila talaga yung very much hands-on sa Data Masters.
Yan, sige. I'll let them know na lang para we can have this session. It's gonna help a lot of people then. Alright, so
Let's
that's
start being a
a
data
wrap.
analyst.
Yes, kasi maganda yung data analyst kasi that's how you learn the business. It's not just dashboards, Excel, PowerPoint presentation. You have to learn the business. So that's really important. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, especially to our host participants, Richie, Casey, Mike, and Nina for sharing your knowledge with us. Definitely, it's not going to be the last session, so I'm eyeing this to last until December for now, for the, let's call it season 1. Ayan. So yeah, let's wait for the upcoming episodes, and I'll share with you guys yung upcoming plans natin. And to the participants, thank you all for extending your time with us. So I know na 1 hour lang ito, but thank you for joining. Ang dami nyo, 42, and I'm not sure sa Facebook, but definitely there's a lot more people out there. So thank you so much, everyone, and yeah, let's open that cam. Konting screenshot lang tayo.
Sure,
Ayan.
guys. Please join us.
Yan. Akit kayo guys para if you can.
Let's take a pic.
Oy, teka, nawala yung ilaw.
Wala, yung
Right kay Mark.
Flash.
picture.
Kailangan daw kasi magsasayaw ka habang nandyan.
Kainis, visit.
Guys, yung sasama sa picture, magiging favorite ni Lord. Oh.
Yan.
Makakasama ni Sir Richie.
Walang struggle.
Ganun na siya. Alam mo yung post natin ganyan.
Dapat
Para
ganon.
mag-tigil.
I'm serious, guys. If you wanna really come over to the data side of things, just DM me. I don't know.
Ganyan.
Kaya favorite ko
Okay,
ni
ready for
Lord.
picture?
Okay. Ano magtitik ng photo?
Hawa
I like
tayo
giving.
ng favoritism nila.
Hey, okay,
so
one
3,
friend request. Thanks, man.
2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yan, screenshot. Wait lang po.
Right, can
So ako
I move?
talalagay.
Not
Okay,
yet.
you can move na. I-paste ko lang siya. My
Ah.
gosh, bakit ako ano na ngayon?
Wala.
PowerPoint. Wait lang po. Second shot tayo. Yan, second shot.
Oh,
Wait lang po. I-paste ko lang yung screenshot.
I have the
Okay,
weirdest
paste natin.
pose.
Yan. Blessed. Ayan. Okay, next
Napang
post. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, sa inyong oras and for sharing your knowledge, asking questions. And I hope to see you all in the next episode.
Weekend.
All right.
Thank
Ingat
you so
kayo,
much,
guys.
guys. See ya.
Bye.